And isn't it iconic, don't you think?
Okay, so Theo put in a request for some of my lockdown game. All right, I learned a lot of this years ago, and over time I've tweaked it to do what works for me. So I'll show you what works for me. All right, but let's have a look first at the idea of the lockdown position and what it is. Okay, so Rachel's on top of me in my half guard, and she's got me flattened out with a cross face. That's a problem. Okay, my outside leg in this instance, my left leg is going to come over Rachel's, and my right leg is going to go over my own leg and under hers. And now I can use this to really control her hips. Okay, let's turn just a little bit. Go this way. If she's got that cross face, it's super critical that my elbows are close. So my left leg goes over, my right leg goes over my own and then tucks under her leg. Both of my elbows are in nice and tight, and I'm framing Rachel's hips. What I'm going to do here is what we call the whip up. And something that a lot of people forget about is the importance of this inside elbow. My right elbow must wedge inside Rachel's left knee for this to work. So I'm going to pull her up with my knees and my whole body, and then I flare that. See how I'm flaring that elbow there? And I use that to turn up, come to my elbow, and we get to this position here. Okay? Once we're here, I can retract my right leg, and we're in what we call the dog fight position. Ready to look at our next techniques. Alright, so let's have a look now at a couple of things we can do with that lockdown position. Okay? So remembering, anytime Rachel's in my half guard, I can use the lockdown if I so choose. I don't necessarily want to wait for this worst case scenario of the cross face. My outside leg comes over, inside leg goes over my own shin and under hers. This right elbow is critical, as we said. Hands on the hips, whip up, turn to our elbow. From here, I'm going to bring my right leg out. Okay, I'm looking at the camera at the moment, but I want my left ear on Rachel's hip the whole time, super tight here. If I don't, she can get a whizzer with her right arm, and then things get tough. So we're in here. My left hand is going to grab Rachel's foot. My right hand grabs her knee, and I just simply drive forward here. Keeping my shoulder heavy, I jump over, block the leg, and come through. From this position here, we can start to work to mount, or what we're doing a lot these days is sitting up and starting to use that to attack the back. Okay, so now we're going to have a look at how to take the back using the lockdown. So Rachel's in my lockdown, and again, we don't want to necessarily wait until they've got the cross face. Over and under, I block her hips. She can have the cross face here, but anytime I can get to the lockdown, I can start to use these moves. Remembering my right arm is inside. I whip up, I use that to flare, and I come up. Now I'm going to leave my right leg inside as I withdraw my head. Boom, boom. And see how that's brought Rachel's knee out. Very important detail to take her base away from her, okay? And allow us to access her back now. I'm going to reach through with my left arm. My right forearm is going to go over her head, and I'm going to make a gable grip. What I'm going to do from here, I'm going to move to my right. But the reason I'm going to take Rachel's back is because I'm tucking her head underneath, so her body wants to roll. I take it out straight away, and I come to this position here. Okay. So let's rotate that 90 degrees so we can see what's happening. I get to my lockdown, it's right elbows in. I whip up, pop the knee out, come to my elbow, I keep my right leg in, and I pull. That helps me to get my head out. Left arm goes under, right forearm goes behind Rachel's head, and I go palm to palm. I want to duck her chin to her chest, which forces her body to roll, and I finish up with a really nice back control. Okay, now let's have a look at something I've added fairly recently, a really nice calf slicer that also leads into a back take. So we're here. And Rachel's in my lockdown. Over and under, hands in, right elbow inside. I whip up, and I come up, and again, I'm going to leave my right leg inside. I reach over her body now, and I bring my right foot right through. You can see I can use my foot to pin her foot if I want to. From here, I get the end of my shin bone, my tibia, right in Rachel's knee. Grab with one hand, two hands, and finish the calf slicer. You might get it there, but what most people will do is they'll try and roll to alleviate the pressure. As Rach rolls, I can reinforce my own foot, push, kick out, and now I have her back. Okay? So what we're doing there, we're creating a dilemma. They tap, or if they defend, we've got the next movement that we can go straight to and we can start to enter our back attacks. One more time. Over, over and under, hands on the hips, right elbow in. We whip up, we come through our knees, and we kick that right leg inside. I like to stomp on the foot here. One hand, they tap. If they don't tap, if they roll, you can finish here. But let's take the opportunity to take the back. Reinforce my foot, push, kick out. They fall right into the hole here. Beautiful way to take the back.